So when I lose time, what I'm trying to figure out is, am I being blacked out by sex, right? And am I just losing memory, right? Or, right, am I being shot or, hit over the head or, right? And what it is actually blacking me out, medically speaking, right? Right. Is it a heart attack? Is it some kind of form of stroke where I'm just having amnesia of the sex, right? Because, see, when I'm humping the bed and, whatever happens in the wet dream part of it, right? And I finish in either the clothes or the on the mattress itself, and then I clean it up, right? And after realizing I did it when I wake up the next morning, right? I also clean it up, of course, right? And I don't just wallow in it, but when I realize I did it and there's something mushy, right? I clean it up, of course, right? And then you spray a little Febreze or whatever, like I said, right? So you don't smell too bad, right? But that's why too, right? I'm also trying to find a sex partner that's female, right? Is that a problem, right? Because like I said, today there was another lady introduced to me, right? And I'm trying to figure out the sex part too, right? But I don't know if me and the lady actually did anything still. Which is the real problem, right? I'm having with my sex life too, right? Well, if you have a problem, you need a woman to have sex with you to find out if that's the problem or not, right? See what I'm saying, right? But if she's single, it's up to her. You understand? And if you're not doing it for money, it's free love, like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, right? I'm not paying her for the sex. I'm trying to see if I can make love to her. And if I back out again. But if you're letting me do it, right? And I back out again. And I still don't know how you black me out. That's the problem. Right. And I'm trying to show the woman how I would do him. But then I come to it, right? And that's what I mean. I feel like while I'm waiting, I'm both having sex with the female he brought in with us, and not remembering it though. So I'm asking her permission, not trying to, make her do it. Which Paul's talking about that consensual sex too. And see, there's two rules in Moses' law. If the woman is just, single, and you have sex and she's of age, like the woman at the well, for example. Jesus, I think, was hitting her up to have sex with her later on that night. And used her as a stepping stone also to introduce himself to the people of Samaria as their Messiah. But he also probably thought she was beautiful, like any man would. And was she one of the 7 he was supposed to be with? If he only read Isaiah. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. Which in the Gospels is where he started his ministry. Mm-hmm. Saying that scripture was fulfilled and they're here. Mm-hmm. 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 That the Lord had anointed him to open the eyes, right? Mm-hmm. Which is also from Isaiah 29. Mm-hmm. 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 And later on passages as well. Mm-hmm. He's teaching the acceptable year of the Lord. Mm-hmm. 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 But the Jewish men have gotten orthodox again. Mm-hmm. The problem with orthodoxy is it only focuses on the male, not the female. Mm-hmm. Which makes him the problem, actually. Any man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I know. Mm-hmm. But I think the lady did commit, done that. Mm-hmm. In consent. Mm-hmm. Because I, of course, would ask her if she wanted to or not. But okay if she didn't, but mm-hmm. And would start, kissing her, blowing in her ear, things like that. Mm-hmm. And telling her if she wants to stop, she can say no at any time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, you don't want to do it in front of the dude. He would have to leave the room for a few minutes, but then mm-hmm, when he gets back in, mm-hmm, I'm sitting back down again. Mm-hmm. That's when I kind of come to again. Mm-hmm. 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 I don't know if I came in her more than once either. Or just once, right? Mm-hmm. That's part of what I'm testing. Mm-hmm. I know. Mm-hmm. 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 Because I'm trying to figure out why I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And if it has something to do with sex or not, idiot. Alright. I know. Mm-hmm. I also don't know how he blacked me out. Again, if he blacked me out again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And all basically he's doing is taking my mm-hmm, blood pressure. Now, today is 162. Mm-hmm. And then I sat down and rest, right? And then it went to under 139. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 But see, the problem is that can I have sex? The problem is why I'm not remembering if I had sex. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, only the lady mm-hmm, herself fully would remember. Mm-hmm. whether I blacked out or not again. And it ain't just to get her pregnant either, but to see if I can function sexually. And find me a girlfriend, right? But of course, she can say no. At any point during the contact. That's the part I feel I'm missing in my interaction with him, right? And that I'm losing that time because he's either embarrassed about it, right? Himself, right? Or thinks it's a crime or a sin, right? It's not. It's not. There's two main scriptures in Corinthians 7 that reveals this anyway. Paul talks about consent again, right? And then the woman has to be of age, right? Right. Meaning in Georgia over 18 or 17 or 16, right? But again, that's the whole point, right? If you're trying to see if you can have sex, even, of course, you are into females, so you ask her if she would want to involve herself in your experiment, right? Right. And you tell her if she wants to stop at any time, she can say no at any time, right? And of course, you're not going to do it in front of the dude. That's between you and the girl, right? But then, of course, the guy can come in when you're both done, right? But the thing I'm not remembering, though I know what I would do with her, like I said, right? The basic, techniques I use, right? Whether I remember that or not, right? And she's about the third woman I actually was around in that similar situation as a trainee, right? Right. See, another problem is I'm wanting a girlfriend and to see if I work with her, right? And can still have sex, right? Well, of course, you need a woman for that, right? But then why am I not fully remembering if I really had sex with her or not? That's still the problem, right? And you are obviously taking advantage of it at some point, right? And when I come to, I feel very sexually attracted to the woman, but I still just sit there, right? Too. Not sure if he did anything or not again. But then when I get out, the time's over 20 to 30 minutes, right? And all we're doing is doing my blood pressure, right? Twice, right? Are you uncomfortable with sex, sir? I'm not. Trying to find a wife. Now, a sex partner of age, right? Let's be clear. Let's be clear. No matter what you were taught, I'm growing up during the 80s, right? After the 60s and 70s. So even if I'm a little more promiscuous than you, like Jesus might have been, right? That's between me and my partner, right? Or partner. So I'm trying to find one, like I keep saying too, right? I think you have a problem with that too, right? That I would be happy with just one woman. I mean, you can't seem to make up your mind, right? What you want me to be with, one or more than one, right? Now, of course, if I don't remember the sex part, she's still going to know if me and her had sex or not. I'm just the one in the dark about that part, right? Like I keep saying, right? Now, I don't bring up the topic right away, but I do bring it up because he's supposed to be giving me medications to help me not have a heart attack in the first place, right? Right. And of course, you don't want to have a heart attack if you're having sex with your girlfriend, right? But then I'm not remembering, but feeling very sexually attractive to the woman as if I did it with her, right? How I know I would did it was do it with her, but yeah, I'm not sure we really did it either, right? Mm-hmm. But then when the whole meeting's finally over and I get out, it's kind of later again that I felt like I was actually in the room, right? It's as if I fell asleep again, right? But again, I came to again, see. And of course, she knows 100% if we did it or not, but not me again, right? Which is what I'm complaining about to them, right? To get the test to be done in the first place with the girl. Mm-hmm. And of course, you have to be single, no boyfriends, right. And of course, say yes, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's the problem, right? What's blacking me out is the question, right? And yet I did come to again, whatever blacked me out again. And of course she knows and he knows, but I don't know still, right? And that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom to, right? Can I even be with a woman anymore? Is that healthy for me or not, right? Now, like I said, though, right. You ever heard of doctoring someone's numbers, right? In the first place, right? Means I'm healthy enough, right? But something's off with the numbers a little bit in certain areas, right? But everything else otherwise is good, right? Within the margin, right? Does that make sense to you? Because I'm a little overweight? No. It don't me either, right? Now, again, right? I would kiss her, from front or behind, I would ask her permission, right? Mm-hmm. And, massage her a little bit, blow in her ears, right? Maybe a full body massage even, right? Mm-hmm. But there's another woman in the meeting too, right? Who I'm surprised to see, there, right? I'm wondering, well, what's she doing here again, right? And one of the things I'm trying to figure out is, can I really have a girlfriend and have sex with her, right? But then again, I'm not remembering the sex if I had sex with her, right? But I know I didn't black out fully either, right? Exactly. So what kind of game are you playing with me, sirs? Right? And the girl. Now he might could hear some of the action, but right now, oh no. But I know I work. You work. I know I can still have the wet dream because, like I said, I wake up after with a little bit of gunk on the, mattress or the sheet, right? Or sometimes in my clothing, right? Which are the three. Right. It can get in and wrong, right? Exactly. Mm-hmm. I know. But I want to also know why I'm not remembering it if we did, right? See, you can't back me out if you're consenting to it, right? See, that's wrong. If it's you blacking me out, right? Because, of course, I'm mainly alone with the woman if we get alone or not, right? And, of course, the man comes in after I try to make my moves on her, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm sitting up straight when he comes back in, probably, but then he's, back where he was when I come to, right, getting right. And I'm sitting there trying to rest while they're wanting me to lower my blood pressure, right? And when they finally do it, it is under the correct number, 130 or 78, right. Mm-hmm. But I know. I also feel like I'm talking to them both about it, that right? Him and her. But of course, I would only be with her sexually, right? Mm-hmm. And I kind of know what her pubic region would look like. I kind of know it, right? Her breast region would look like, right? Which he's kind of, like I said, Hindu or from India, look like, right? So I know she's got dark pubic hair, and again, right, black pubic hair, right? And probably dark boobs, right? Areolas, right? And also nipples, right? Mm-hmm. And see. But I still lost the time, right? Like, that's the problem, right? And you're not telling me why again, right? You're just letting me do it again, right? I do. Mm-hmm. And then I want to rub her legs and massage her and right. And make her feel good all over her body, right? Mm-hmm. Kiss her on her neck or blow in her ear or kiss her on the mouth or right. Mm-hmm. Suck her boobs, of course, right? And then play with her nipples and then go down to the belly button and right. I know. I know what I would do whether I did it or not, right? But the time issue, right? It's not even supposed to be a 30-minute appointment because all you're doing is taking my blood pressure a couple times, right? And see, when I come to, I'm still knowing why I'm there. I'm still, right. I know. Interested in the woman, but not sure what's going on, right? Feeling as if I can see her naked while she's standing there in her scrubs as well, right. As if I'd just seen her naked, but then I'm like, well, what's going on? I'm not quite sure, right. I know. Well, of course, you're asking it more as an experimentation. See, that's part of the scientific method, right? If you want sex, right, and you want to see if it's working or that's why you're blacking out or not, you gotta have sex with a woman, right? That's what you're into, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm not judging her. I'm not upset about it, but I'm still not remembering, right, the details, right? Though I know basically what I would do with any woman, right? I've been talking about that for years, right? Mm-hmm. And would ask her permission before doing anything, right? And I'm sure she consented if we did anything, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, I'd be concerned if she's married or not, but I don't know that either, so it wouldn't bother me, right? Mm-hmm. And I would show her I know every part of her body, of course, and massage her, and almost from head to toe. But of course, you got to do it quickly if you only got a few minutes too. But right, but that would also mean getting her naked, and right, that's the part the blackout is mainly about, right? And of course, I know her, basic features without even seeing her naked, right? Mm-hmm. All right. But I lost the time again. Right? But it was consensual, but I know it was consensual, right? And then I'm going home, and then the police get behind me and there's a funeral on the way, right? Or things like that. And I go on home, right? And I don't pass out again, right? I don't lose time again, right? Weird, huh? Weird, huh? Well, see, I also tell her I don't want to use you just for sex or to knock you up and not, know about it or, things like that either, right? If I do it with you, I want you to become my wife one day, right? I mean, it ain't gonna be today, but you know what I mean, right? That's what I was taught too. The woman ain't just a plaything, right? You gotta care about her, right? Mm-hmm. She has feelings, she has emotions, the same as the man, right? Now, what some men do is they go after men because it's easier for them to deal with the man than the woman, I guess, right? At least that's what I heard. That's what I heard. They don't want to deal with the baby factor, right? Or something. I don't know. Like one of George Michael's songs talks about the woman who, trapped him, right? They had sex and she got pregnant, right? And now he's got a problem, right? She's wanting all the money, right? Him to work a hard job or something, right? Or a low-end job, right? And just give all the money to her, right? And that's why some people go gay. They don't want to deal with all that mess. And I do understand, like I said, right? But not everybody feels that way. And there again, I'm wanting to settle down with one, right? I need help around the house. I need one who don't mind being my wife, right? And that's the problem too, right? Now I understand how you feel, but you gotta understand how I feel too, or we're not communicating well, right? The other problem men have is they don't know how to communicate what they want or don't want to each other, right? Mm-hmm. But I still don't know if it was him or her who blacked me out while I'm waiting for them to do my blood pressure again. And then when, I finally leave, that's where the time is going to catch up. Right. And it's after 12, right? Almost 12:15 before I get out. And I got there before 12:40, right? I mean 11:40, right? Or 10:38 actually, right? Right. The appointment was at 10:30, right? Now, I even left a message on my phone earlier trying to at least do a face-to-face, right? I don't know. But when I get out, like I said, it's after 11:15, right? And I look at the watch again, right? And I feel like I lost time again, right? Over again 20 minutes, right? I think you have a problem letting someone straight have a life now, right? All you seem to want to be going gay. I don't know. Right? But I want a life, right? Maybe even the women are going gay. That's a problem too. I don't know, but right. What is going on, right? I feel like I had sex again, but I'm having the amnesia problem again, right? But I don't remember even the name of the woman, right? Just her face, her features, right? And even though introduced to her by the dude too, right? Ain't that weird? Ain't that weird? Right? That suggests something not just amnesia, but right? Right? Right. Not even Alzheimer's would explain it, right? I can't even remember her name, for example, right? So that's one of the first things he introduced her with her name, right? But then I don't remember her name. That's as if I was hit. A heart attack, right? And I seem viable again, right? A few minutes later, right? Or seconds later, right? I know. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.